congratulations on Dreaming Walls, the Chelsea Hotel. I'm super curious how these gals are decided why the Chelsea.
Yeah, but it was a bit an encounter with the place. It was not planned at all. We were at Tribeca for my previous feature film, and we were wandering along the 21st Street, and we saw the building with the scaffolding, and we recognized it because we were familiar about the story of the Chelsea, mostly through Patti Smith's book, Just Kids, that Maya offered me. So we were connected to it, and we were wondering what was this old scaffolding all about. And so we decided to enter, and we were almost pushed out because the building was close to the public. But we met one of the main characters of the film, Mer, the lady with the walker, and she became friendly to us. We took her to see a movie with us, my film, and then she invited us into a room, and she explained a bit what was the reality of the situation of the Chelsea, the huge renovation, the residents still living there. With the chaos of the construction, and she explained also that the owners were trying to put them out. So we started to spend time with Merle, get to know her work as well, and decided that that the time of this very moment of the Chelsea Hotel, about this metamorphosis into a luxury place, was like a right time to make a film about it, and that those people that we started to meet needed to be portrayed as well, because they're gonna disappear also, and the plan of the building to have only wealthy people will also erase a bit of the memory of this place, which was like a mixed place where all people could gather and talk and exchange about arts. And so we felt like we needed to portray their story, to keep a trace of them. So that's why we decided to make the film.
Now, can you share your personal experience walking in? What vibe you got? What feeling?
Oh yeah, it's very impressive, because where you step in. It's always impressive, like when you admire some artist and you are walking down into their path, their steps. It's always very strong, and the particularity of the situation where all the walls were decrepit, it was really creepy and ghosty. So all the history around the hotel was much more alive. Let's say, like, all the workers, they gather stories about the ghost and the steps they found, like the traces they found of ghosts, in the hallways or with the dust, So it was like a very intense, somehow full of energy for sure. And yeah, the more we stay, the more we learn. And it was,
I think it's, sorry, just I think it's always inspiring, because you always feel like something can happen in the Chelsea, because it happened like that for a lot of people. We're not looking for the adventure, but I guess this place creates the meeting, the adventure, the creativity. So it's really in the place, I guess.
So you guys actually stayed there?
Yeah, we stayed there. We started our research there. We had a small room.
The shooting, yeah,
we had a small room there, which was also very funny, because we were like collecting articles from the newspaper about the story of the place to get all the information of the rooms and everything. And I realized while reading an article about one of the lot of overdose happening in the hotel and suicide, that a girl was found dead after a week, and it was smelling bad, and people entered the room and found her dead. And then I look up and I saw the number of the room, and it was the room we were in. So it was a good start. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, that's crazy. I thought most people were looking for the Sid and Nancy room, right?
Yeah, we know where it is. Yeah, they are looking, but they did everything to keep it anonymous, let's say, like to
erase a little bit
the traces. Yeah, they did everything. They redesigned and stuff to make it not as a Lamech, of Sid and Nancy. Like.
Now you mentioned Merle, which I feel like she was like your host while you were at the Chelsea. What is it what's one thing that you were surprised to hear and learn from her?
The condition of the old people living there, like that they were like somebody to try to evict them, and that they had owners after owners, and they were bad treated. They were living next to jackhammers. we thought like, oh my God, how can this be possible, you know, for them to endure those hard conditions of living? We were mostly shocked by that, I have to say. Yeah.
What about you, Maya?
No. I wanted to say that she was more our guide in the hotel than a host. Even if we spent a lot of time, even without filming, of course, we had a lot of time with her in her room. And sometimes it was funny because she were making us some relaxing sessions. We had a lot of moments. Not only filming, and then she became a guide because she led us naturally to other people, to other rooms, because she's also like that. She likes to talk to everybody, and she's of course well known in the hotel. She's a kind of a mascot, and I guess she will be even more a mascot now with the film. And in the film we wanted to keep her as a guide also, and a guide through the, let's say, spiritual aspect of the place also.
And another one of your subjects was Steve Willis, right? And it's funny because one of the things he said, and he's one of the newer, tenants that moved in, right? Like in the 90s. But he said that it was like witnessing a slow motion rape, seeing all this construction going on in the building and taking away a lot of its history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, we understood that for him and for other people, it was very violent to witness this change day after day. But it's very a strong image. The rape is very strong image. But for me, also, I related to the aspect of the Chelsea as a body. And since the first time we entered, we had this feeling of entering a living body, being making surgery inside, or being kind of open body. In the science, you open the bodies and to see all the cables, and it was a very strong image. But yeah, for him it was more like signifying the violence of the works, I guess.
And one of the characters was Bettina, which she had been there for a long time, but she mentions that she was not one of the tenants that was offered money to move out. Mm-hmm. Why the special treatment, or can I say special?
Yeah, you can say what you want about it. We don't know exactly what happened in the sense of that's what the resident told us. We didn't check, as you saw, the owners are not really part of the film. They didn't want to engage with us, so we did engage with only the people that were willing to share with us the film and participate. So we know that there were things going. I know that Steve Willis, for example, had a deal with the owner to keep a part of his room and not to lose everything. And probably there was money involved, but we don't know exactly what was the trade they made, or what kind of trade people did. We didn't do like an investigation movie, whereas we could have, but the willing was really to be close as much as possible of the tenants we were filming, and to have a kind of a polyphonic view of what is the Chelsea with its bad sides and its good sides, so we don't know, but probably, I do believe Bettina. I think she tells the truth, so, but we don't know more about it.
Mm-hmm. And I understand that she did pass away.
Yeah.
Last November. Did you know anything about, hear anything in her belongings, where they went? She had so much value.
Yeah, for sure, totally. She's taking care of Ito Barada, which is an American artist and Moroccan and American artist. She's taking care of, she made a book about her, and she has an exhibition this summer in Arles. It's like a famous photographic festival. And she has pieces shown there. And I think they are going to take care well of, they are really devoted, I have to say, to Bettina and her work. So I hope it will spread and more and more people will be able to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did have her documentary, right? The Girl with Black Balloons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had heard about her. So I was really pleased to see that you guys included her in the documentary. Were there any subjects that you guys had to struggle to have them come on board, or were they just happy to talk about it?
No, they were all kind of true. They trusted us at some point, so they were all open, I have to say, tell what they were feeling about the place. We'd never pushed anybody. And Bettina, she was so strong, you know, everything she said, for us, she really signifies what is the building about, you know. She really embodies this kind of resistance to a system, you know, of the will of creating. And she was super frank, you know, when she started. It was almost at the beginning of the first interview where she said they didn't pay me to get out. She was super open. Maybe the most touching couple was Nick and Zoe, that didn't want it to, you know, they have but everybody has his own opinion, so they were really caring about the way we will portray the owners. But anyway, you know, we finally just used what, you know, what we had. We didn't make choices to erase anything that could seem bad, you know. And again, we didn't have any very precise information that we could use. So the conflicts is so complicated. Also, it lasts for 10 years. There are different owners involved, different tenants against other. So it was a bit complicated to try to say what was the story about this conflict inside the hotel. That's why we decided to let the tenants speak and be free, you know, to say whatever they want. Like, you know, the couple, Suzanne and Joe, they said, you know, what was the rent they pay, and the fact that they were scared that the rent will be higher than that. And this is, you know, we let them, you know, I think they felt free with us, because we took a long time to build this intimacy, and they all trusted us and our approach, which was very careful approach, I will say. So that's why I believe that that they felt like they could say whatever they wanted to say, but we didn't guide them. If that was the question, we let them completely open.
Yeah. So Maya, this is also your first feature documentary. Congratulations.
Hi, thank you.
What's your overall experience?
Well, it's a huge question. I think first of all, it's amazing to be able to make it with such a great friend, because we have to say that Amélie and I are friends since a very, very long time. So it was something amazing to make it together. And yeah, it was a big, I learned a lot. I learned more than in school, I can say. And sometimes it was great. Sometimes it was super hard, but I think it's one of the best thing I could have ever done for a first film, you know, and in New York, and I would have never imagined that. So I guess the duo was happened to be like that, and was in a way complementary. But yeah, now it's a in a way it's an emotional question, because we have been through a lot of things to create this, and but at the end I can just say that I'm proud of us. I'm proud that we made it together, and yeah, and I learned a lot. Simply, it was yeah.
Well, congratulations. And have you by any chance been to the Chelsea since it's reopening?
Yeah. We were there for Tribeca.
And what did you
for
think
the
of
Tribeca
it?
Film Festival. We were there like 2 weeks ago.
What did you think of it?
It has changed, of course, so it was not a surprise. But to tell the truth, we think that what they did on the ground floor, like the bars, and it's very well, it's beautiful. But of course, the prices are not the same anymore. So it's not very. It will never welcome the same people as it used to welcome, and so we feel that it's a new paradigm, let's say. But yeah, I mean, it's just a world of money now, for sure. So we are like where the artists will be now, not in the Chelsea anymore, or yeah, not the same artists, let's say, not the people without any money, not it's a new population that will invest the place. And yeah, I don't know, Amélie, what you can add, but
great. Well, congratulations. Is there something you want to share that you have coming up or you're putting together?
No, not right now. No, not right now.
Well, I'm sure you will surprise us with something fascinating.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again, ladies.
Thanks. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.